wheat, barley and rye. These grains have been staples of the Western diet for generations, now being the key ingredient to society's beloved foods, but not all of us can enjoy them. 1 in 100 people in the UK have celiac disease, where your immune system attacks your own tissue when digesting these grain-containing foods. To find out where all this started, we go back to as potatoes arrived in Europe, they quickly became the staple crop of Ireland, dominating the nation's diet. This pinnacle point in history forced people to change their diets, suddenly in order to survive. Bodies weren't familiar with eating gluten, and some therefore didn't react well to it. What we now know as celiac disease. There are many different points in history where cases of celiac disease began across the world, but this particular example is prominent as it caused an increase in global cases. This is due to Irish people fleeing the country when the famine struck, leading to many around the world with Irish descent to be affected. With the new age of social media, being gluten-free doesn't feel so lonely anymore. Voices are being heard. But are the supermarkets listening? A weekly food shop can be as much as 35% more expensive than a standard gluten-containing food shop. Seven out of 10 people find shopping gluten-free adversely affects their quality of life.
You know, it's just
quite stressful, time consuming.
The smell of fresh bread really upsets me because I really wish I could have it. I really do.
You're feeling quite anxious and flustered, you know, having to check all the ingredients and every single thing you pick up.
People's pockets are paying the price, but is it even worth it? Not only are the prices more expensive, you get less food too. Portions are small, with Asda digestive biscuits being 240 grams less than the standard. Porridge oats are 13p per 100 gram, whilst Free From is 49p per 100 grams.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Why, you know, £3 odd for 8 chocolate covered hobnobs? You know, paying £6-7 for a gluten-free pizza. You know, there definitely is a gluten-free tax there.
I feel like I tend to buy most of my things fresh where I can.
No, I want to be a normal person and just be able to buy stuff in a shop like a normal person without actually having to pay through the nose for it.
Portion sizes for items from the Free From section are a little small, especially for the price.
Is this issue exclusively to supermarkets, or is it seen in the eating out scene too?
Eating out generally doesn't tend to be an issue because we do our research beforehand.
Like when you're eating out, I feel like the portion sizes are probably more or less the same as the normal things.
It takes away spontaneity. You can't just do stuff, oh, I feel like going out for something to eat tonight, unless you've got your go-tos where you know you'll always get your top quality service from, where it has a decent gluten-free menu. You can't just go, oh, I think I'll try this place and expect them to have a GF menu unless you've done your research beforehand.
But not everything is doom and gloom. In the heart of the northeast is Newcastle's very own dedicated gluten-free bakery.
I used to work as a patisserie chef. I worked in a bakery for a very short period, but I became really ill. So I stopped that job and got a job as a patisserie chef, and we used to make the desserts for Emirates Airlines and that sort of thing, so lovely little things. And I noticed that the gluten-free selection was just rubbish, and I started making things at home. And then I thought, well, let's start doing some market stalls because I've always loved to bake. So I started up on the Quayside market, and originally I had like 3/4 normal and 1/4 gluten-free. After a couple of weeks I realised that making it myself was making me really unwell, so I just stopped, did it fully gluten-free because it was just so stressful having the gluten in our. So I wanted to start a business that was fully gluten-free. And back then, this is 15 years ago, it wasn't cool to be gluten-free. There just wasn't really anything. The supermarkets were barely nothing. Businesses didn't even know what it was. When you went out, there was no labelling. Nothing was on the menus. The packaging wasn't labelled in bold like it is now. So it's totally different. So that's why I wanted to start the business, so that people could come and have things safely. Daily find it so heartwarming when I get customers who send messages saying how much they can't believe that they've had their first donut in 20 years, croissant, fresh bread. We all know there's the token brownie. I really missed fresh bread, croissants, bakery items. So when customers come in, and I've had customers in tears, screaming, super delighted, making TikToks, tagging me. Yeah, it's just nice for people to be able to come in and feel normal, and I think that's why it really does make a difference to customers, that they can go somewhere, know it's safe, no gluten has ever been on the premises. It's really amazing to go somewhere and have zero chance of cross-contamination, whether it's gluten, nuts or soya. I wanted to make products that you couldn't get. I want to be people to be able to come into a bakery and have a warm loaf out of the oven, have a croissant that's just come out, a pain au chocolat that's still warm, and know that they're made there and then. All these sort of things that you really miss, and big sized versions, not tiny versions like a giant eclair, a huge wedge of cake. These are products people really miss, where they go and they're like, wow, look at the size of that. Officially, I have really enjoyed doing it because I do products that I miss. So things like that have made me feel a lot better, and also meeting people and speaking to people all day, every day. It's so nice every day to help each other, give advice to each other, say what we've tried, what we've not tried, and also make some friends. I've made some great friends with our customers, and I can't wait to be part of even more people's lives. My dream of helping people and making amazing treats would have never come round and would never keep going. So I just want to say thank you to everyone